So, welcome to our inaugural episode of Because whY. I am Lauren Simon. I'm here with my co-host, Allison Wiley. And then we're also here with our special guest, Sarah Windisch. We are at the Gahanna John E. Bickley YMCA. We've got a lot of awesome stuff to cover today on our podcast that will be up on our website later. But for now, we're going to do our Facebook Live while we're talking to Sarah and really talking about group fitness, her journey in not only weight loss, but personal health and wellness and discovery and community. And that's going to be among one of the many things that we talk about on today's episode. So we really wanted to do this podcast because we wanted to be able to openly and candidly share what we do with the whY every single day that might not deliver as well in just words written down or just a story written down. So we want you to be able to see the real people that are behind the YMCA of Central Ohio and the real people that the YMCA of Central Ohio impacts every day. So that's why we brought in Sarah. So Sarah did an awesome speech at our Gahanna John E. Bickley annual giving dinner that they had a few weeks ago, and we were so inspired by her story that we asked her to be our inaugural guest on episode 1, and she very kindly said yes. So we invite you, as we are going through this, to please ask us questions. Allison will be going through our live feed, so if you have a question, she'll be able to ask it to us, and we will be able to answer those questions in live time. So we're just going to get started. So Sarah, let's just tell us about you. Tell us your story.
Okay.
Anything you got.
All right.
Put it out there.
Well, my journey with trying to get better, healthy, fit, everything began about 3 years ago. I had gone to my eye doctor, just sort of like a normal checkup, and he suggested I have a diabetic eye exam. And I went ahead and had it because everybody in my family on my mother's side is diabetic, including her. So once we'd done that exam, I found out that I had a retinal hemorrhage in each eye. And he told me that the result of those retinal hemorrhages could be blindness. Those are caused by the extreme nearsightedness I have and also a glucose intolerance. So it definitely had something to do with the fact that I was sort of just letting my sugar get completely out of control. And when I was riding on my way home, I was thinking about my sons, who are 5 and 8. Now they are, but this was 3 years ago.
You want to shout out?
Yeah. Aiden and Liam. And they were much younger then, of course. And I was thinking about how if I didn't make some sort of change in my life, I didn't want to tell them that mommy went blind and couldn't see all your things because she didn't make an effort. So I really got serious at that point with my journey. And I was already coming here, but I was kind of like doing the bare minimum. I just was kind of going through the motions, and I was
saying that you did it, coming and just to say that you came.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So I could like check it off each day that I did something good for myself.
Yep.
But I would go home and just have like a smorgasbord of calories, like because I thought I earned that.
Right.
So I mean, and obviously that's not effective.
Yep.
And so when I really started coming and getting serious about losing the weight and getting healthier, I started taking some classes here. And in the beginning, I sort of decided to try some new ones. I had heard this music coming from a Zumba classroom is what it ended up being. And the instructor in there was just on fire. And I thought, well, this will make me really good. You know, who doesn't love to dance? But I was really kind of not wanting to go because I was overweight and I wasn't sure, everybody knew the routine already. I mean, who wants to be the new person? So I kind of like one day slid in the back of the class and just kind of watched and observed. But over time, over the next 7 months, I lost the weight. I lost almost 40 pounds.
Wow. Amazing.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yes. Golf clap for that one. And you look amazing. She's got the cutest little jumpsuit on. Yes. She looks awesome.
And I've kept that off for 2.5 years. And as
keeping it off stuff.
Yeah.
One of the hardest parts.
And the group classes here are so great for that too because, when you lose the weight, it's hard to just keep going. But with the group classes, you can always like up your game some, which is what I've found out that I've been able to do. And I've been able to come here and I did Zumba with the instructor, Kevin Pack, who was here. Woo! And I've followed him through many other classes that are much harder as the time's gone on. Now I'm doing body combat. And then as of a couple weeks ago, grit, which is just insanely hard, but so good for you. So I just, with maintenance and things, like the group X classes are where it's at. I mean, they're great for heart benefits and other things, but when you're maintaining weight, I would say exercise is almost even more important in some aspects than eating. It's huge in that. So I found this community here, and I come here and I am able to see other people. I'm currently a stay-at-home mom. I have been for 8 years. And so it's sometimes hard to get out. It's sometimes hard to meet people. And so having a long day with the kids and whatever, coming here is like a big benefit for me because I have like my group here, my family here when I come. And I get a lot of support from them. So they've been huge in my success of maintaining and continuing to come to these classes. So,
what do your boys think about like all that you've done in the last few years? Like what do they think about Mom, like getting healthy, and do you think that's impacted them wanting to be healthier and maybe making healthy choices even though they're young and maybe don't get it as much?
I think they don't get it as much now, but a couple weeks ago my son asked about like coming and watching the Zumba class. So like I do think that like, you may not think your kids are watching what you're doing. You may not think that they're really absorbing it all, but even at his young age, even at 8, he understands that I lost the weight and I'm able to be more active with my kids. When I was really overweight, I wasn't able to run and do the things I wanted to. So losing just the 40 pounds was just life-changing. And it is. I want to be an example for my sons. I want them to live healthy lives. I don't want them to get into the rut I did of, binge, eat, starve, all that, So I want them to not get into all those things if I can prevent it.
Well, I think you're setting a pretty good...
Yes.
You're doing a great job, Mom.
They're going to be healthy and happy kids because they have a healthy and happy
Oh,
mom.
yes.
And I think that's a huge thing, though, too. I think... and I don't have any kids, but I know from having a mom that her being healthy and happy was always such a good thing for me to see. And I think so many moms, because they're so busy taking care of everybody else and worrying about everybody else and doing stuff for everybody else, that they kind of get lost in themselves. Did you find yourself, like, have you kind of, like, found yourself again?
Yeah,
or, like,
maybe
even somebody new that you didn't even know you were.
And I think that when you're doing the right things and you're being healthy and happy and you're coming to the classes and you're getting that outlet even from just being a mom all day, I can be a better parent. And that's what when you take care of yourself, in the end, you are a better parent. And so when I was unhappy with my life and things, and disgruntled and I was just doing all the wrong things, I couldn't be as effective as I am now with my kids. So,
do you notice yourself like being different with them? Like even speaking to them differently or anything like that? Like,
yeah, I just think like I've noticed too, like trying to change even like their diet some at home, like, and trying to incorporate more activity, and like I want my kids to each be involved in some extracurricular activity outside the house. Like my oldest son is involved in swim, so it's I want those goals for them too, so that they learn it now.
Yes.
I don't feel like I really learned it as a child as much, and so now I'm trying to like instill those things in them because I want them to be successful.
Yes,
definitely.
So.
I love that.
So I love what you said about hearing this music and thinking like, oh God, can I like go?
Can
I
do
go
it?
in there?
Yes.
Like,
it's tempting.
Is this for me? Like, we not too long ago there was, I think it was Time or NBC, one of the big news channels did a story, an article about this gym intimidation, and what they saw was that there's this huge amount of Americans who want to be healthier, who have that desire to get in shape, but they're like, I can't walk into this gym. What are people going to think of me? Am I going to get judged? Yes. So what would you say to those people who maybe like have the same thoughts as you, where this is really fun, but like, oh my God, I cannot step in there.
Well,
what are they going to think? Like,
I think because too I was overweight and it was a dance. It's basically a dance class. That's what Zumba is.
You have to be coordinated.
You
have to be coordinated.
Right,
yes.
You do. You think like there's all these, and these people have been in here for a year and they know the routine and what am I going to look like in there. But for me, I think it's just like taking that, just like biting the bullet and just walking in and trying it. And I think I had a lot of preconceived notions about it. I thought people would look at me. I thought people would be like, look at that overweight girl dancing, she's not in, she doesn't know the routine, or I thought it would be judged in there. But the beauty of the Zumba class, at least that I'm in, and I'm sure many others, is most people aren't watching you. Most people are not paying attention. They're too busy trying to do what they're doing.
Exactly.
And what I found is that it was just like this totally diverse group of people in there. We all probably have different goals and whatever, but we were just all there to like, have the stress relief of it and maybe get fit, and nobody was judging anybody. And you know what? I mean, there were people that weighed less than me, and there were people that weighed more than me, and nobody was watching anybody. And so I think for people that aren't sure about trying something new, I definitely say you should always try new things and do it. You never know, and I've made great friends that I've had for several years just from biting the bullet and going in the class, and now I know those people, and we're kind of a little group that exercise at night, and it's good. It's been a lot of benefits from it.
And I think that's the one thing that we try to forge in everything that we do at the whY is that you're safe here. This is a safe place.
Yes.
We don't judge.
Yes.
We accept you as you are. Come as you are. Like you said, no one's worried about what you're doing, so I think that's what makes the whY so special, is that it is such a welcoming place and a comfortable place. It's not scary. It's not a bunch of bodybuilders, muscle heads, you know, pumping iron, things like that. It is just people who care about themselves, care about being healthier, and just want to make daily improvements in their life.
Yeah, and I think, speaking to that, how do you think your success came to be from doing group fitness versus if you maybe just would have done it on your own in a treadmill? Like, having that accountability and that community, like, how has that maybe changed your...
For me, too, I think, like, the treadmill and the elliptical and all those things, while they're great for some people, for me personally, like, I need that accountability. I need that person say, are you coming Tuesday? Are you going to be there? And also, I know a lot of the instructors now, and they make accountability for you, too. And I just, for me personally, like, the treadmill and the elliptical, they were just very boring for me. I just would get in a rut with it, and what happens is I daydream or watch TV, and then my rate slows down, and like I'm not getting the best out of my workout I could. But when I would go to these classes, we have accountability, not only that, but you know, there's so many. There's a huge variety of them to choose from at the whY, for all different levels of fitness and everything. And so while I may be at a different level, I didn't start there. And I started with classes that were at a lower level and worked my way up to those. And that's the beauty of it. If you don't like a class and you're like, well, this isn't really for me, you can always find something else to try. Maybe that class is great for someone else. I know for me, I absolutely dread muscle conditioning, but I take it every week faithfully because it's important. And I want a well-balanced roundup of cardio and flexibility and muscle conditioning. But it's all about that instructor, and it's all about the style of the class. And there's plenty of instructors that teach the same classes, or whatever.
And they're all great. I mean, they all have something different that they bring to the table, and you can literally find something for everybody.
And I've been involved at other gyms in the past when I was in college, and the difference here at the whY is that the people here care about the people in their classes. They have an invested interest in the people that come to their classes. I mean, that's not something you always find at other gyms. Some of those people are just in it for themselves. Like you said, they're into bodybuilding or something. They're not gonna take you under their wing if you're not fit. But that's not how it is here, and that's what keeps me coming back here. So
that's awesome.
I have one more question. Do you have a question, Al? Or do you have anything you...
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, so my one question is, if someone's just starting out and they maybe don't know where to start or don't know what to do, like, what's your advice for them?
I mean, I would definitely, like, look at all the Group X classes. They have obviously descriptions under them in the app and also online, or ask somebody at the front desk, or ask to see what, you know, I'm a beginning entry level person, I just want to get started, what would be great. I always think classes like muscle conditioning are great to start with. They usually can be modified to any level. I definitely wouldn't probably start with grit. That's like advanced. But you know, something, even things that are cardio can, all the instructors are great about telling people how they can modify those moves in order to meet any fitness level that people want. And I would say just jump in. You know, you just have to take that step and jump into it. Don't let fear hold you back. A lot of times the preconceived notions that you have are not going to happen. They're not true. And you don't know what will come out of it if you don't try. For me, I've made a lot of great friends, and I've lost the weight. And I even have like a little community here, and it's been life-changing for me. So
I love that about fear. We have a quote that we always say that it's not who you are that's the problem, it's who you think you are not. And I think
inner talk that I can't do this isn't for me, I'm not going to be as good as everybody else. I mean, that's just so detrimental to yourself and
your abilities. You know, you hold yourself short, I think, if you don't just jump find the music and jump in.
Yeah. Right, say,
that's right.
Self,
Literally,
quiet,
figuratively.
Right. Self, be quiet. I'm not listening to you
Yes.
today. We're just gonna go do this.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so one last, this is our big closing thing that we always do.
Okay.
So, if not for the YMCA.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have met all the great people I've met here, and I wouldn't have lost the weight probably that I did, and wouldn't be on the road to recovery with my eyesight and other things. So it's been an all-around life-changing process for me.
We love that. That's the stories we love to hear.
Yes. Well, we're so glad to have you
Yes.
in our community. You're amazing. Congratulations on everything
Yes.
you're doing. Keep it up. You're an amazing role model.
And you're
to
one
your
of
kids,
many stories. Like, we love hearing this stuff because this is the why. This is what we do every single day. This is how we impact people every single day, and we just appreciate you sharing your story with everybody, and hopefully we can impact some more people through your story.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, you're still welcome to ask us. We'll be continuing our podcast that will be uploaded on our website tonight. So, but we are going to turn off the live portion. So everyone say bye to Sarah. Bye. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, that was amazing. I think Sarah did an awesome job as our first inaugural podcast guest.
Yes.
So big shout out to Sarah.
Thank
and
you, Sarah.
Thanks for joining us today. So to all you who have never tried our Group X classes or have that gym intimidation, this is your sign to come in, try our classes. We promise it'll be a fun time for all. And if not, you don't ever have to come back again. So try it out, check it out, and who knows, maybe you'll end up as a regular in one of our fitness classes.
Yes. Well, and let's talk about this too for anybody that doesn't know. We have 13 branches in Central Ohio. We're building 2 more, one in Roundsburg and one in Whitehall, that will be here at the end of the year of 2019. So there is pretty much in Central Ohio a branch for everyone. Some might be a little bit closer than others depending on the community that you're in, but we've got not only lots of great options in terms of group exercise, but we've got lots of great options in terms of branches, and with your membership you can go to any of them. So if you're on the east side and you don't know if you should go to our whY in Reynoldsburg, or not in Reynoldsburg, in Canal Winchester, or to Gahanna, you can definitely try out either and see where you feel more comfortable or where your home is. So there's lots of options for anybody that's looking to try something new and get started on their fitness journey, whatever it is, whether it's group fitness or not.
And the awesome thing too about these classes is most of them are free. So that's a benefit that is included in your membership.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be no extra cost for the majority of our fitness classes, and they are a drop-in basis. So you don't need to sign up. You don't need to pre-schedule. Just look on the schedule, see what's going on when you're free, and drop right in.
Yeah. So Allison and I wanted to talk a little bit more about this. So Sarah really inspired us, I think, even more so than maybe other people that haven't taken Group X, because she and I both have journeys through group fitness. Mine started at another gym that shall not be named about almost 10 years ago, and I was super unhealthy and unhappy, and same as her, kind of didn't know where to start. Mine was a little different. My parents forced me into a class, and I walked in, and the instructor was this cute little, she looked like a Barbie, and I just thought to myself, she's going to tell me to walk out of the class. She's going to say, you can't take this spin class. Like, there's no way that you're going to survive 45 minutes. So but that's the exact opposite of what happened. So everyone in the class was super welcoming, or just didn't care. They're, worried about their cycling and not dying themselves. And the instructor was so welcoming. She was so warm and kind and informative, and made sure I got set up on my bike correctly. And from that moment, I felt like all of the preconceived notions I had about group fitness were wrong, and that I was wrong. And I did the whole class, and when I was done with the class, I remember sitting back down on the bike. I finished the whole thing. I did everything, all the jumps, all the everything. And I just remember thinking that this is what being alive actually feels like. And that I had been living, but I wasn't actually alive. And from that moment, I wanted to be alive all the time. So that was where mine started. It's come full circle. I'm an instructor at the downtown YMCA. I teach body pump and cycling on occasion, Group X general classes when needed. So, and I was the former fitness coordinator downtown. So I have, my journey has come full circle in terms of all the people that have helped me. I feel like I'm doing them an honor by helping other people, and then in turn all of those amazing members that I get to talk to every day continue to help me. And Allison is one of those awesome members that comes and takes my class.
And that's actually how we met, which is the crazy thing. Who would have known that a group exercise class would have now forged a great relationship that we have. So I mean, yeah, the great thing about Lauren's class was when she first started teaching, body pump was brand new on the schedule at the downtown Y, and everyone's like, we've heard great things about this, but like we have no idea what this class is even going to be. But, you know, taking her class, she just had such that great energy, great positive vibes, and just made you want to push hard and keep going. And if it wasn't for her teaching the class, I don't know if I would have been back. So she's just one of the amazing instructors. And you heard about Kevin, that Sarah talked about him a little bit earlier. So there's just some amazing people that the Y is lucky to have, and that we can share with the community. So, I mean, they just make those classes just that much more of a value for our members. So, shout out to all of our amazing.
Yes, we have. I mean, I'm one of hundreds of amazing instructors that we have. That, you know, this isn't their one and only job. This is their second job, their third job. You know, their very small part-time job that they have on top of everything else they do, but they show up. Mm-hmm. They show up every week. They show up for the members. They show up with new routines, new exciting things, new innovations, new modifications. And, you know, I think it's something that maybe goes without being noticed a lot of the time, especially if they're maybe only here once a week, but they really are some of our unsung heroes of our Y. And we have Brooke here. So she is the director of wellness director at the Gahanna John E. Bickley YMCA. So we just want to talk to Brooke a little bit about not only what classes that we offer as an association, but, you know, how many classes are on Gahanna's schedule, which is a crazy amount, and what group fitness means to her too, because she's also an instructor.
Yeah, so we love having group exercise at the Y and meeting all of the people that it affects. And I'm glad that you guys brought up about the group exercise instructors, because I think, you know, also the people who attend the class are really creating a community, but our instructors, it's so amazing to see just like the way that the Y works into their lives.
Yes.
I was on Facebook the other day and I saw a picture of one of my cycling instructors, one of my sprint instructors, and one of my muscle conditioning instructors. They went to the Pink concert together.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. And I was like, this is the most amazing thing. Like, you know, really people become good friends with one another. But yeah, here at Gahanna, we actually have more than 100 group exercise classes on our schedule.
Insane.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. And it's great because there's really something for everyone. Like we say at the Y, we welcome all.
Come as you are, yes.
And I really think that the Y, not just our branch, all of the branches, do a really amazing job with this, especially, you know, in group exercise. There's something for the beginner, the new member. There's something for people who are going to maintain their fitness. We have tons of our silver sneakers classes. We do silver sneakers here. And even, you know, within that, we do the strength classes. We do silver sneakers yoga. But then we also have some really high intensity classes for our more advanced exercisers. I know that Sarah mentioned Les Mills Grit. It's like a really challenging class.
But can we also pause there, though, and talk about that if you are a beginner and maybe you're a runner or maybe you're a bike, you know, you bike and you cycle, but you haven't taken a group X class, you can jump into grit or into like, and Kevin and all the instructors are so amazing at either modifying things or just letting you know that, you know, this is maybe a little bit more of an advanced class, but anybody is still welcome. And you can, after 3 minutes, be like, whoa, never mind, and, you know, try the next one.
or I need to take a break, or I'm
Everything
sitting out
is-
this set,
yes,
you know, like
yes.
whatever.
I love looking into a group exercise class that has 20 people in it, and there's 20 different things.
They're all
happening.
different, and they're all
Yeah.
different, and that's everybody. I think what Sarah was saying, like demographically, like there are bigger people, there are smaller people, there's different races, religions, ages. Like it's an opportunity for 45 minutes, an hour, half an hour for people to just come together and dance, or come together and cycle, or come together and just do something together, and nothing outside of the doors really matters, other than that they're all in it together, and they're all doing it for the health of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is amazing.
People being together with a common goal.
Yeah.
It's like rare to find.
Yes.
But it's
It
great
is.
to work for the whY because we get to see it every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the other things that we see is not only how amazing the people who come to our group exercise classes are, but how many of them there are. We, at the end of every summer, we kind of clean the studios, we do some maintenance, all that stuff. For those of you who come to Gahanna, you know that the summer camp uses one of our studios in the summer, so we got some cleaning to do.
A lot of kids running
Lots of
around
cleaning.
all summer long.
Crayon off the wall.
Dirty kids that have been playing outside and
Yeah,
Mud.
so-
yeah.
So for 1 week, we don't have any group exercise classes, because when you have 100 plus classes a week, you can't really clean it. You can't really paint the walls.
no, not much downtime in the studios.
No, there's not. So we take 1 week and we really do an overhaul, and it was so funny to reflect on that. I remember last summer, I came into work and I had a really great parking spot waiting for me. There was
Which
And
is
Gahanna-
crazy because the Gahanna parking
Gahanna
lot
has
is
a parking
insane.
problem.
If you've never been to the Gahanna whY, this parking lot is packed.
Always packed.
No matter what
Like,
time of day it
We could
is.
use a few more spots.
Yes.
So to come in and the parking lot not be very full was just like very different. First of all, I was like,
Yes.
are we even open?
But it's a testament to Group X and how much it means to
Yeah.
people.
So many people will come
That's crazy.
to the gym. They'll come to the whY for their group exercise class, and our fitness floor was still packed with the
Booming,
our
right.
people who come and use the fitness floor, and we had people swimming in the pool, all that. So it was funny to see that when Group X took a break, so did our group exercisers.
They took a week vacation too.
Yeah. I mean, everyone needs it.
Yeah.
But it was funny to see for sure.
But it's a testament to how much group fitness means to people. I think some people, aside from group fitness, are intimidated to come to the gym. They're intimidated to get on the machines. They don't maybe know how to use the cable machines, or they don't feel comfortable on, out on the treadmill doing intervals, but they do feel comfortable and safe in a class.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that we can provide that to so many people in so many communities, not just Gahanna, but in all of our branches, because we have free group fitness at every single branch. So all 13 branches have it. They will vary in classes. They'll vary in offerings. We have a great app that you can get in the App Store that you can look between all of our different branches. So you can see what's going on anytime, any day, any place. But to be able to offer this at every single branch is such a treasure. It's something that's really, really important to us, and that we know, because we know how important it is to the communities that we serve and to our members.
And what I really love about it too is just like the variety of classes we offer. I mean, it's not just a yoga studio, it's not just a spin studio, it's not just a lifting class. It really is, the variety is just crazy. I mean, I look at our schedule sometimes and I'm like, wow.
So almost overwhelming. You should see Gahanna's schedule. It is overwhelming.
The amount of things that we offer, I mean, you can really find just about anything that you're looking to do in your workout, whether, like Sarah said, whether you're trying to be more flexible, check out our yoga or Pilates. Whether you need cardio, we have our cycling classes. Whether you need to build up some muscle, you can try our body pump or muscle conditioning classes. I mean, the variety is just insane.
Endless.
And the fact that we're able to offer all of this on such a consistent basis it's really special.
It is special. I mean, it means a lot to me personally, but it's because I know how much it means to the rest of
and
the
just
association.
it gives a little extra spice into your workouts. It's not the treadmill, it's not the lifting your dumbbells or pulling on the cable machines. It's something totally different. It's a nice way to switch up.
Yep.
And we are just coming off of Women's National Health Week, I believe
Yes.
it was.
Yes, so Women's Health Week was between May 12th, so right after Mother's Day, to the 18th. And it's really focusing on what women can do specifically for their mental, emotional, and physical health, and how we as women, and Sarah, we talked about this with Sarah a little bit, put ourselves last. We tend to take care of everybody else except for ourselves. But when we're not the best version of ourselves and we don't take care of ourselves, it's almost impossible to actually efficiently take care of anybody else. And I think being able to offer this, and not just for women, for guys, please come into class. I love when the guys come into Body Pump and they come and hang out with me or come cycling. But especially women taking their own health into account and being well, not only for themselves, but for the people that they love and care about, I think is really important. How many women do you think you'd say versus men are in our group fitness? I think it's a solid 80-20 probably.
Yeah, 80-20 sounds right. And it's interesting because we do see more males in our cycling and yoga classes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Men love yoga,
I mean, it's
which
so
is
important,
awesome.
and it's so important.
Flexibility
for
is
guys.
so important.
Yeah, and
yes.
especially guys tend to be less flexible
Yes.
than women.
Yeah.
So the fact that people want to actively work on
Yes.
I love that it's something that men are valuing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that the education piece, just through the whole fitness industry, has been really great because it's bringing them in.
Yes.
But yeah, I do. We see a lot more females in the majority of our classes. We invite any males to come join us.
Yes.
But
Men,
I love,
get
here.
yourselves in here and into our classes.
We're not gym-intimidating. Like
We're not.
we are fun.
Yes.
I do like that we can create a safe space for women where they feel
Yes.
comfortable to come exercise and come hang out with one another.
Yes.
And every once in a while hang out with the guy that comes to class.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it is important to meet people where they're at, and a lot of women, that's where they're at. They want
Yeah.
to come to Group X.
Yeah.
I love that we have that for them.
Yeah. So with Women's Health Week, Women's Health Week is encompassing in a bigger month. So May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. So we talked about this a lot this month, how much mental health has to do with physical health and how they definitely go hand in hand. They are not siloed. The mental, emotional, physical, they're not three separate things. They're very much all encompassing and all working together. And every month we do something called a healthy habit. So for the last almost year, we write a blog that's on our website about a healthy habit for the month and trying to develop that habit, stick with it. So it takes 21 days to make a habit. It only takes 3 days to break it. So every month we challenge you all to do one healthy thing for yourself and then keep adding it on. So our healthy habit for this month we thought went perfectly with Mental Health Awareness Month, because it is to exercise daily. And you might think, I don't understand the correlation, but there's a huge correlation between physical exercise and better mental health and emotional health. How do you feel about that correlation? And
It's
have
not
you
an
seen
obvious,
it in your own
it's not
lives?
an obvious thing, but in doing some of the research and Brooke being a health and wellness director as her career, she can kind of speak on it. I'm sure she knows a lot more about it than we do, but it makes sense when you think about it, and just the stress relief that exercise provides,
the endorphins that it releases
for your body. It has an almost immediate effect on your brain activity and your brain waves, which is something that's as if we needed another reason to exercise. This is also another one of those benefits.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you said that, because I think a lot of people, when they think about coming to the gym or going to a class for their mental health, immediately people think of yoga for the mindfulness and for the meditation. And yoga is great for that. Really centering, focusing,
breathing,
all of that.
Yeah.
But I think it might be a little underestimated how much any class that you would enjoy is going to do
or any workout.
Health.
Going and running around the track, or taking a
walk.
walk. Yes.
Yeah, it's so good for you. I teach a body combat, which I know is one of the classes Sarah said that she'd like to go to with Kevin. And something I always say at the beginning of every class is, in a lot of classes, workouts, or even groups, the leader will say, leave your problems at the door. We're in here to have a great time. But I love, in body combat, we say, bring them in.
Yeah.
Get mad at
Punch 'em, we're gonna kick them,
Yeah.
and they may actually be smaller by the time you leave.
Yeah.
I love that.
And so everything offers, something a little different, maybe a different perspective, because everyone is going to handle that kind of stuff different.
Yeah.
And the bottom line also is just, if you go to a class you enjoy or do an exercise that you enjoy doing, it's going to do wonders.
You're gonna
for
feel
you.
you're gonna feel those effects long after
Yeah.
you leave the gym, which is awesome. And it may not be physical, which
Yeah.
is always nice.
Yeah. Well, and let's talk about some cold hard facts here. So 23% of Americans actually get enough exercise.
Oh, yikes.
So that's
Not a
according
lot.
to the Centers for Disease Control. So, and let's break down what that actually means. So, physical activity guidelines recommend 150 minutes of moderate or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise each week. So, say you took the vigorous route, that is 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes
It's not
out of the
bad.
whole day.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to take the 150 minutes, I mean, that bumps it up to little under 20 a day. And that would be moderate exercise. So taking a jog, walking the
Walking.
dog at a fast pace. This isn't that you have to spend 10 hours at the gym every day. And if the gym maybe isn't for you, we're okay with that too. Go walk the dog. Go walk around the parking lot. I used to work at a mall, and I would see the people, walking up and down the mall every day. If I grab a friend, walk up and down the mall every
Yeah,
morning.
mall
I mean,
walkers.
the
Yeah,
mall
it's
walk,
great.
yeah, the old mall walkers. But that's not a lot.
No.
And the fact that only 23% just don't get to there. I mean,
It's a lot of room for
there's a lot of room for
a lot of
improvement, and that's why
opportunity there.
we have the health issues that we do and the crises that we do, in our country, because we don't have to walk to work. Most of us don't take a car.
We're not in walkable
Or public-
city.
we're
Columbus
not-
is not a walkable
Unfortunately,
city.
it's not.
Yeah.
So I think we can definitely do better
We could do better.
for sure.
And we're here to help, so
That's what
if
we're
you're
here
one
for.
of those, what is it, 80 whatever
77%
percent of other people who
87.
we don't
Yeah,
know math,
don't do
but-
math.
We weren't
We're
here
in,
for math.
No.
we're in communications for a reason.
No. I mean, come in and work on it, and it's
Yeah.
just baby steps, and it is only just 10 minutes. If you start out, it
Take the stairs.
You'll
Park
notice the
further away
difference
at the
at the
grocery
grocery
store. Walk somewhere instead of
take the
driving.
stairs instead of the elevator. I mean, there's
Yep.
a lot of ways to just get in just a little bit.
Yep.
Just a little bit at a time. It doesn't need to be a crazy
Yep.
amount of hours in the gym. Just a little bit here and there.
Yep.
And you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's a great thing about our group classes is you're not alone. And I believe at the whY in general, you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
And the supportive community that is found
Mhm.
here, I think, is unmatched.
Yep.
In a lot
Absolutely.
of other gyms.
Absolutely. And just the benefits of exercise, going back to the whole mental health awareness month, are just immense. So it can help to control weight, but losing weight is great. But when you lose weight, you feel better, you look better.
Higher
And when you
self-esteem.
feel better and look better,
Yeah.
you've got that higher self-esteem. And that definitely is a cycle. Either a cycle of bad or a cycle of good, depending on which side of the tracks you're on with that one. So that's definitely one huge thing of exercise. It helps to combat actual health conditions. So exercise helps to prevent a lot of things like high blood pressure, diabetes. It can also help depression and anxiety. It's been known to help many types of cancer and arthritis, Parkinson's, MS. So it's literally helpful for your physical health. And then it also can improve mood. It can boost energy. It can help you sleep better. Who's not in a better mental state when they've
Once
gotten
you
a good
sleep.
night's sleep?
Yeah.
But I just think more than anything, it helps you be happier. Physical activity actually stimulates various brain chemicals that can leave you feeling happier, more relaxed, less anxious. It's got endorphins, the dopamines in your body. I mean, all of these things are a result of working out. And again, it doesn't have to be 4 hours of lifting weights. It can be
The
a nice
30-minute sprint class.
Yes.
Or
Yes, or it can be a jog with your dog, with throwing on some music and just taking in deep breaths and letting go of what's happening in your day. So I think mental health and physical health certainly go hand in hand. And go hand in hand. They do. Anything else that we think is important to touch on? I will say, as back to group fitness, if you ever go to a class and you're like, I absolutely hate this class, my rule of thumb is to try a class 4 times, and possibly, if you can, with different instructors before you decide if you really like it or not. I think a lot of classes you're probably not going to like the first time because you don't know the moves. Mm-hmm. You maybe feel like you're fumbling around. You maybe feel a little uncomfortable, which they're not, but you feel like, right. Yeah. So I say give each class 4 times. And some you're going to know within 10 minutes, like, I'm going to hate this class, which is totally fine. But definitely give them a fair shake.
I think also there's this negative connotation that goes with going to the back of the class, like going to the back of a group exercise class. Yeah. But if you are comfortable starting in the back of the class, go to the back of the class. Yes. Then maybe next week you're in the middle, and then maybe the next week you're in the front of the class. And that's what Sarah
or if you're comfortable always being in the back of the class,
just stay there.
Be in the back of the class.
Someone's got to be there.
And a lot of times there's more room back there, so you enjoy it back there.
Yeah.
But it definitely doesn't mean that you're any better or know more or anything like that by being in the front of the class. And I think, as to what Sarah said at the beginning, that you'll find very quickly that it is not a judgmental environment. It is a welcoming environment. It's people that genuinely are excited that you're there and that you're starting this journey, in the middle of your journey, trying something new, maybe not even on a journey. You just want to try a class. Like there's so many people that are there that are waiting to welcome you and are excited that you're there, or are literally focusing on making sure they're not falling over themselves. Mm-hmm. and that's okay too. But no one's judging you. I think the only one that judges is yourself, and we're always our harshest judge.
The only judgment I've ever seen is like if a regular misses a class and the rest of the regulars are like, where were you?
That's accountability. That's good accountability.
We love to see it.
Because it's not where were you because we're judging you. It's where were you because we missed you and we were worried about you and you should have been here. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's so awesome to see them.
Yes. It's a true community. And the why as a whole is a community, whether you do group exercise, whether you love swimming, whether you just want to come and get on a treadmill, and that's all okay. But we are here to welcome you and to offer you a safe space where you can do that and that you feel really good about what you're doing no matter what it is. Mm-hmm. So I think we're wrapping up for today. I think that's it for our inaugural episode.
So I think if there's any takeaways we can provide towards the end of this episode.
Yes.
Just get moving. Whatever that looks like for you.
Start somewhere.
Try a fitness class. Come see our amazing instructors. You might just find a new community or a second home, and
something you never knew you needed.
Yeah.
I think that's a big takeaway. I think you'll realize after you get here maybe how much you needed something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you may realize you're an amazing dancer or an awesome spinner, or or you're great at meditation. You may realize some new skills that you never even had before. Yeah.
Yep.
So come try it out. Brooke, will you tell us how people can find our Group X schedule and all that good stuff?
Sure. So if you download the Dax Go app, is that right?
Yep.
You'll find the YMCA of Central Ohio on there, and you can select the branch that's closest to you to look at their classes. But you can drop it down and look at any of the branches at any time. So if you live in Grove City, you probably drop down and hit the Grove City Y. But if you want to travel and you drop down and find the Gahanna Y and you want to come see me, that's cool too. But if you don't really like to do the apps, that's cool. We have it on our website too. So if you go to ymcacolumbus.org/schedules, is that right?
Yep.
And then same thing, you can select the branch from the drop down, and you can find those links on any of the branches' websites too. You don't have to sign up for them through the app or the website. You just have to find them and show up.
Come on in.
We'll be here.
We'll be here waiting for you.
Make it as easy as possible.
Yes.
We just want to see you.
Yep. Yes. Yes, we do.
Well, big shout out to Brooke for being here with us today, as well as Sarah on our first podcast. And thank you to all of our wonderful listeners that
Yes.
we've had with us today. We appreciate you guys being here and sharing some of your time with us. We look forward to keeping this thing rolling
Yep.
and doing more and more and
Yep.
sharing the amazing things that happens at the whY with all of you.
Yep. Episode 2 will be in June. So in the meanwhile, we have homework for you. So we would love for you to email us. So whether it's feedback, questions, if you have a story, if you're like, hey, I want to be on this podcast, I have a great story. I'm a whY member. I've done something really awesome at, whichever branch. We want to know. Unfortunately, because Allison and I are in the marketing department, we don't get to be in the branches all the time. We don't get to see all these amazing stories. So if you have a story, if you want to tell us, we know you all have them, please contact us. Our email is podcast, so PODCAST at ymcacolumbus.org. Again, podcast at ymcacolumbus.org, and that will go to both Allison and myself, and we will be able to take the feedback, apply it, answer any questions on our next podcast. That could be on our live, on our Facebook Live, and hopefully if you've got a great story and you want to be on, we will feature you.
And so, reach out to us.
Anything else, ladies?
We look forward to hearing from all of you guys soon.
We can't wait to see you in June. 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 You in June.